Hi, I'm Chuck Quinton, founder of RotarySwing.com. One of the most important concepts of my swing methodology is the progressive and stackable nature of it. And that's something that I can't emphasize enough. When you're going through these drills and you're working through the RST 5-step program, you need to understand that every single drill has two key benefits to it. One, they can all be done indoors without ever hitting a ball. That's the most valuable part of RST, is that you're going to make 10 times greater strides inside in front of a mirror than you ever will taking lessons and hitting balls. It just simply, as you go through how the brain learns videos and I talk about the neuromechanics and how your brain learns a new movement pattern, this stuff will all start to make a ton of sense that, gosh, I'm going to do way more in way less time, but way less strain on my body and spend way less money if I just do what he's telling me to do inside in front of a mirror. It's way more productive. You're going to get way more quality reps in. So definitely check out the videos on how the brain learns. It's critical for your future success as a golfer. But the other part of it is that every drill is meant to be stackable. The whole point of RST is it works like this. The bottom layer obviously is really the learning side of things, understanding how your brain learns, making sure we're set up correctly. From there, we stack on a piece, and that piece is going to be weight shift, core rotation, left arm, golf club, right arm. That's the whole RST 5-step. You stack things in that sequence. When things break, you just pop the last piece off. Let's say you're out hitting balls, you're doing it, both arms, everything's great, and everything's starting to gel, but then you kind of lose it a little bit. We just pop that last piece off. So in the case of going all the way to the end, I just take my right arm off the club and make sure I'm doing drills. A lot of times when we put that right arm back on there, we start casting the club again and start doing this because this feels really powerful to push against the club like this, but it actually causes us to lose leverage in our swing, which is the vast majority of our club head speed. So it's a huge problem. So when I see that happen, I see them do the drills correctly and they have all this lag when their left arm's doing it, and they put their right arm on there and all of a sudden they look like this. Well, guess what we do? We just take the right arm off again. The point is not hitting balls yet. The point is learning a new movement pattern, which is completely autonomous of actually striking a golf ball. Now, of course, that's the whole point at the end of the day, is of course to be able to send this ball where we want it to. But until your body can do the movements correctly, there's 0 point in hitting balls. Apart from the pleasure of hitting balls, but if you're hitting them crappy, that's not going to be fun. So let's take the time up front to do a little bit of work to get the basic core body movements down, working through the progressive, stackable nature of RST 5-step, and then worry about hitting balls, because that part will be easy. It'll come to you completely naturally once your body's moving correctly. So, as you're working through this sequence of drills, you can understand that you can combine any drill together. So for example, let's say you're working on your takeaway, right? This is a really simple one. So we're working on weight shift to the right glute, right ankle, right shoulder blade back. Perfect. All right. So this is all I'm going to do for the next month. You want me to just sit here in front of a mirror and do this? Well, you can. If you're really serious and methodical and super detail oriented and you want to take the time to just get that right, you could do that. But I like to speed things up a little bit, so I can combine this with any other drill in RST. They all work together as a system. It's a universe of a golf swing that every single piece works together. It's not some just giant bucket list of parts and you say, oh, well, that works for me, but that doesn't. That's crazy. That's how golf has been taught for years. It doesn't work. You can't just have a bucket of parts and say, well, my swing DNA just says I tend to do this, so I just got to put this in my swing. I use a really strong grip to overcome this fault and that fault and so on and so forth. That's ridiculous. That's how you end up where you are, right? You've been doing that your whole life. Everything with RST from every single RST instructor is consistent. We're all telling you the exact same thing in the same sequence, the same way. That's the beauty of rotary swing. So I want to do my takeaway with a club, and that's great, but I also want to work on my weight shift to the left, posting up, impact, and release. Now maybe you can put all those things together. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can just do takeaway, weight shift. Hey, that's 1 rep. I did it right. Takeaway, weight shift. I'm not ready. My brain can't juggle all this because I still scoop and flip and push with my right hand. That's okay. It doesn't matter where you are, it just matters that you recognize where you are and start working to build up from that point. You start at the lowest level of competence, wherever you're already skilled at. If your takeaway is great, don't keep working on your takeaway. Let's push you, let's get you moving further down that road. You're already doing the takeaway great. Let's get your weight shift, get you all the way to the top, whatever it may be. But every single part of the swing, of the website, can be combined with any other drill. If you want to work on takeaway and then that stride and stomp drill and how the lower body works video, that's great. You can put that together. All of these things allow you to expedite your progress and work through things in a much, much quicker way than just going out and pounding balls and hoping for the best. So understand two key things. RST, do everything inside that you can. You can do all of these drills indoors. You can get 250 reps in tonight doing it perfect in front of your mirror versus how many balls you can hit in an hour? 50 or 60? It's a ball a minute, give or take. And then how many of those 50 or 60 in that hour are you going to do exactly right? 10% maybe? So out of that 50 or 60, you did 5 to 10 perfect. In your mirror in your home, you did 250 perfect in the same amount of time. Which do you think is more productive? This is a no-brainer, guys. Rotary Swing makes the learning process expeditiously more fast, more progressive. It's going to help you do all of these things much quicker if you follow the system and start learning to do the drills inside, stack them together, and then work through my ladder drill of how you start taking your drills from the mirror indoors to adding distance slowly but surely to build up to a full speed shot. And the Rotary Swing will be your best friend for your golf swing.